Hi, Alex, the bicycle guy from Ask, Learn, Go. And today we're going to go over the 5 top tips for getting rid of fear for new riders. So riding with no fears and no tears. The first thing that we try to tell people, or new riders, is to be as low as possible. So when you're sitting on the bicycle, lower the seat. We even sometimes remove the pedals. So you want the feet to be flat on the ground and knees slightly bent. So that when you're learning how to ride, the first thing you're doing is actually just walking the bike, then moving on to gliding, and then you start to ride when the fear is gone. The other thing we find with new riders is fixation, or where they look. So what we've actually come up with is a way to demonstrate to new riders by using our unicorn method. We attach a light or a laser pointer, and we find that most riders will tend to look at the ground. And so where you look is where you go. If you look down, everything seems to go kind of fast. So we encourage people to look up and to specific objects that may be in front of them. So if somebody's careening to their right, we make them turn to the left, and this way they'll find their balance point. The next thing that we try to do is to get the person's thoughts away from whatever scares them. So we'll call this divided attention. So most riders who are nervous will focus on the fear of falling. So if you divide their attention with things like counting forwards or backwards, singing their favorite song, or even just focusing on breathing, 3 in, hold, 3 out, you'll find that their anxiety level will drop and they'll be more able to focus on the actual enjoyment of riding. The next thing is body awareness. Most new riders are very stiff when they ride. So when they sit, they're very stiff with their arms, and any movement translates into movement of the steering wheel. Especially for riders that just got off training wheels, this is a common problem. They think that steering a bike is this way rather than leaning into the turns. So we tell them to be as small and as noodle-like as possible. So what you want to do is to bring in your knees as close to the center of the bike as possible. Imagine there's a string that's connected from the bike to your belly button, and so that you're kind of centered. Because some riders will sit like this and naturally go to the side. Another thing we'll tell them is relax your arms. So instead of having straight arms like this, drop your elbows and have noodle arms. And this way it's a lot easier to make movements without affecting the geometry of the bike. The last thing that we recommend is to use an attachment that we call the yellow handle. We'll provide a link in the video below to where you can get it. It attaches to different places on the bike and allows you to hold on to the bicycle. We find that the best way to do this, or to use this tool, is to help the rider propel forward, because usually they're going a little bit too slow, which is why they're unstable, rather than controlling their balance, because this way they may not get the sense of how to ride a bike on their own. So these are the 5 tips to how to help a new rider with learning how to ride a bike. So again, Alex from Ask, Learn, Go. Check us out on the web.